Everybody, this is the one and only GM. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys everything that's wrong with Lee in Tekken 8 and everything that he suffers from in Tekken 8. First of all, one of the main issues with Lee Chaolan is that he literally has nothing in heat. His heat is useless. The heat gimmick they gave him is basically the just frames that he has. You see, it gives him heat back. That's his heat gimmick. See, gives him heat back. And another thing, you see the slide thing, the slide one. It doesn't really do anything. Doesn't give him more plus. Doesn't knock down. Doesn't anything. So basically, his gimmick is just that his just frames give heat back. The issue with that is that all this stuff is like highs and lows and stuff like that you're not really gonna be able to just keep spamming over and over. If he had like a mid in heat or something like that, it'll be a little bit better. Or he had like some kind of mechanic, like, you know, like Shaheen got the guard break in heat, Ling Xiaoyu has a bunch of plus frames and all types of mix-ups in heat, Raven got, you know, ninjutsu, shadow clone, chip damage, safe on block stuff. The bear got a bunch of nonsense in heat. There's too many characters in the game that could just go like straight ape crazy on you, ape shit crazy, and literally just beat you just by heat. Victor too. Victor could just go super ham in heat with his plus frame cansus and all of that. Lee literally has nothing when he goes in the heat. Plus, let's not forget that Lee's heat smash is butt. 37 damage, has 0 tracking, launch punishable. Let's see it. Watch. Look. See? It only tracks one way, right? Which is his strong side, but it's launch punishable. So he's eating a full combo if it gets blocked. And of course, like I showed you before, it doesn't track. And it's launch punishable. And it's 20-something frames. Another thing with Lee 2 that's a big issue is that you're forced to use 1+2 the whole game because of how bad his tracking is. You have no choice but just 1+2 in all the time. You have to continually 1+2 because everybody that plays Lee fights against Lee, they just keep sidewalking. Sidewalk launch every single time. Every single time, so you're forced to spam 1+2 because nothing he has, you know, he has certain moves that you could do to stop, but it's at the end of the day it becomes a complete guess. So you're forced to 1+2. So I call Lee Chaolan in Tekken 8 1+2 simulator. Like he has to do it. He has to do 1+2, 1+2, 1+2 just to stop people from stepping. See? You have to do 1+2 so much. So the whole game you basically just 1+2ing somebody for stopping you from stepping to your weak side, which is kind of annoying to do because 1+2 is open to, obviously is open to counter hits, obviously. So how slow it is. Of course, that's launch punch. We see how I stepped in launch. Yeah, step in launch. So a lot of people just do that all day. So another thing too, like him being in heat, like it just has, like heat is mostly just used for this pretty much. Just to get the combo off of that. And then when you heat, you basically are either trying to whiff punish somebody with this, or you trying to hit another this so you can get the full combo off of that. So he's really limited when he's in heat, so it makes it really hard. Plus in the new patch they nerfed the big damage he got. Now he just gets blazing kick now, or up back 3. Before he used to get big damage into this, and that was like, that's like big comeback potential. So basically in heat his punishment was OD. Like you lost a lot of damage off of him when he was in heat. You have to be really careful. because he could literally make comebacks by punishing somebody with that just frame, down 444, or even doing like straight armor into Hitman L44 into bomb. You got so much damage, but now he doesn't have that anymore. So he's not very scary at all in Heat. Like I said, the only thing your opponent is really worried about in Heat is getting hit with this or getting hit with that into full combo. That's all they worry about. So he's basically like a Tekken 7 character in Tekken 8. He doesn't have any Heat mechanics. If they want to make Lee better in this game in the next season or whatever they patch the game again, they have to give him way better stuff in Heat, because he's kind of useless in Heat. Most of the game, honestly, you're going to be using Lee without Heat. You're going to be using Lee without Heat. Because when you in Heat, what the hell are you going to do? You're going to keep trying to do like just frames all day? Like all that stuff is steppable and highs. All of this stuff could be sidestepped. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like somebody's gonna, you know, it's not like somebody's gonna take that. Nobody's gonna take all of that stuff. So what I would do to make Lee better is I'll definitely give him way more Heat stuff. I'll make it so like at least that gives a full combo. I think just frame slide should knock down on hit for sure. It should knock down on hit, or when he's in Heat, it should knock down on hit. Something to you know, make it a little bit more scary or something. But he definitely needs more better Heat mechanics, because the just frame gimmick is whack. And another thing too is like he's so risky on the offense. Like this, you're kind of forced to do slide mix-ups to mix up with Wasane 2-3. And obviously the issue with the slide in this game is that it's launch punishable and it has 0 tracking too. They don't track at all. See, that joint has 0 tracking. And you get a full combo. So it's so risky to try to mix somebody with a slide mix-up. A lot of people try to duck it because they know they get the full combo. But you know, at least you get this in the Heat now, which is like Lee's only saving grace now. Another thing, you see how I'm doing that back to 4 joint like that? For some reason, a new patch that whiffs sometimes when you do Wasane 2-3 into back forward down 2. I mean, when you do Wasane 2-3 into this be whiffing sometimes. So I would like probably not do it too much and just do the simple back forward down 2 1-2. I would just stick to doing simple stuff like that just so the combo won't miss. But yeah, that's been a little glitch recently. Another glitch too, I'm sure you guys know about it, is that in certain instances when you do Lee's rage art, it misses after bound next to a wall. So that's another thing you have to be really careful about with Lee after the new patch, is that. So that's mainly Lee's weakness, man. He's way too unsafe. This is launch punishable. This is launch punishable. They both, you could sidestep it to the left. Like all his main tools that he has to use, you could just sidewalk to the left. So when you play somebody that knows that, well, anybody that labs Lee could easily just see that, and they'll go and then fight you, and they just sidestep left duck, sidestep left duck. You're kind of forced to do 1+2 all day, and 1+2 of course is hard to use because of how slow it is, and on block too you have to guess. Like a lot of people like crouch jabbing after you do it. You see, it beats out both options. You can sidewalk too. You see how I sidewalk too? So you could crouch jab or sidewalk. See? And that's evading. That's like shutting it down completely. So a lot of people crouch jab. You could do Hitman L43, but again, that's really risky. It's a hard read because, you know, people could just still do the option, so like a sidewalking, right? So yeah, that's one of the issues. This low is good. Obviously the whatchamacallit, the down back 3+4 is good, but on hit it has crazy pushback, so it's kind of, you got to be careful. See, you could get sidewalk because of the pushback on hit. So that's another move. Like his best plus frame low it makes it hard for him to continue offense because the pushback allows you to be able to sidewalk or backdash and duck. He also doesn't have any like really menacing mids to really get you to stop ducking. Because the majority of the match, you're gonna just be doing 1+2s on people because everybody's gonna be sidewalking and ducking. So you're gonna have to hit somebody a lot with that move to get them to make them stop ducking. Because of course you got 4-2-1 and stuff like that. But if somebody keeps and 3-3, those are good. But if somebody's consistently stepping to your weak side, they're not gonna get hit by none of those moves. And you can of course do down 2 tracks to his weak side. But it becomes a game of, you know, just working hard, honestly, and try not to die for taking big risks. Of course he got running 3-4, but we know that joint don't track. If that joint doesn't track and you could jab him out of it. And a lot of people, what they do, they'll do that too. See? And get a full combo on you. So offensively, like, cause you have to rush down in this game, but like Lee is so risky on the offense just cause nothing, like he has such bad tracking issues. Like nothing tracks to his weak side besides 1+2. So you're like literally forced to spam 1+2, and like I said, 1+2 is slow, and it's not like you could just do back one to Hitman anyway. That doesn't track anymore. It doesn't track anymore. And just running up and down 3 in somebody is also a big risk because launch punishable doesn't track, and then this move is slow, and then on plus you can't really keep going with it. The only thing you could do is really that, because you can't move out of it. Down back 3 is good because it's -12, and all the other leads lows, because you know 12 frame punishers are really strong in this game. So you got to be really careful doing it. So in general, he's just really unsafe. Not only just because his lows are really punishable, but because his tracking is bad. So that makes him even more risky. So it's hard to play safe with him, because you have to think of back of your head a combination of people sidewalking and ducking a lot, and also people making hard reads. Also, this move got nerfed, right? This is -14, and he can't do the gimmick anymore where he could like parry the -14 things to make it safer. Like that doesn't work anymore. See, it doesn't work anymore. So it's like it's -14 like from the get-go. It's really messed up. So Lee is really punishable. So if somebody blocks it like Lee, he gets a full combo on him. So you have to remember, a lot of Lee players play really loose, to the point that they don't really remember what's unsafe and what's not. So they tend to just do back 3-3, down 4, silver tail, and they don't think about the risk reward ratios or stuff of how unsafe stuff really is. So that's one thing too. Also his obviously, you know, the wall combo was pretty inconsistent, right? That's another thing too. Like, yeah, a lot of people complain about his wall combo and say that the wall combo is extremely cheap. But that joint doesn't work on the wall all the time. So yeah, like, it's cheap. It'll be more cheaper if it always worked, right? But since it doesn't always work, like, you be standing going to the other side, like, that's a lot of damage. But if you do it, you know what I'm saying, if you do it like from the side, a lot of times from a side wall combo, he will land on the other side. You see? Look, you saw how my joint just whiffed on the wall? He has really inconsistent wall stuff now too, ever since that new patch. You see? That right there, that sucks. That happens all the time. So that will happen, and then the like, you saw how my side wall splat joint whipped too. This, you gotta be careful with doing that too, because from certain angles that misses on the wall. See? And there, you see it messed up again. So that's another issue, that his wall combo is not consistent. Let's see if I can redo the glitch, right? With the rage art. think it depends, but if y'all saw my clip on YouTube, that misses sometimes on the thing. It's really weird. It's really weird that misses like that. But yeah, like I said, that's the point of the video, to show you what the issues with Chaolan. Like I said, in Heat, you're not really doing much in Heat. You're keeping your just frames, but it's like one of those things. If somebody knows you're gonna do that, they'll probably just keep ducking, or they'll just keep sidewalking and invade everything. Because even if they duck and they eat this, if they sidewalk that, you know, they could step that, they could step this. This you could duck the second hit, you could sidewalk or just duck. You know that, you could duck it, and then they get a full launcher if they block it. This move is launch punishable. One thing I say that's good about Lee though is that his punishment is still really good. His punishment is strong and his counter hit game is strong. So those are the two good things about Lee. His punishment, his counter hits. When it comes to being a Tekken 8 character, he's not very good though. He doesn't have the stuff that you really need to like really OD on somebody. You really gotta just out neutral somebody and outplay somebody all the time to beat him with Lee in this game. So yeah, that's about it. He was a bit better in the last patch just because he could do the heat burst into Hitman L44 back 3 stuff. But you know, in the last patch, he still suffered from not having a really cheap, strong 50-50 like he does now. So if they wanted Lee to be perfect in this game, or just be like a Tekken 8 character, they would have kept his heat burst stuff and gave him Wasane 2-3 into heat smash. But now that he only has a good 50-50, and then his heat game is bad, he suffers a lot. So if they would have just like kept him all his stuff plus gave him that buff, you know, there would be nothing wrong with him pretty much. But you know, hopefully in the next season they give him some heat stuff to compensate, because it's kind of rough to, you know, have to fight without heat the whole match and only use heat to get the Wasane 2-3 combo. So it is what it is. Let me know what y'all guys think about this video. I had to make it. The state of Chaolan in this game is extremely rough right now compared to everybody else, so they could just go into heat and just abuse you and cheese you. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And I like making videos like this, so you know, let me know what y'all think, and I'll try to make more videos discussing Chaolan Tekken 8 stuff. All right, so you know, everybody take care and peace out. Latest.